You know, over the past couple of years, I've done a couple of decoy videos on the channel here, and I did one a few years ago on decoy placement, and I did one, I think, last year on timber hunting with decoys. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm just not a big decoy person. I don't use decoy hardly ever. I've got one in my vest I carry around every year and hardly ever bring it out and use it. It's not that I'm against decoys, it's just that I'm more comfortable, just me and the turkey, and I feel more accomplished if I get him in without one. Or, you know, and there's times when decoys will hurt you more than help you. Now, if you're one of them guys that feel like you've got to have a decoy out or you ain't gonna be successful, I think you're really selling yourself short, because I have seen times, and many of you have already messaged me on Facebook this year and told me this scenario: you had decoys set out and the turkey shied away. So why do turkeys shy away from decoys? Well, I'm about to tell you a scenario that just happened to me yesterday, where a decoy probably would have helped me if I'd have had one, and when they'll hurt you. Okay, just yesterday, I'm gonna try to make this really quick. Just yesterday, I had a gobbler. He started gobbling at 10 o'clock. About a holler over behind me. I took off, got on, got on top of this ridge and got over where the holler was going down. Started calling to him. It was real windy. Used my box call. Started calling, and this turkey just hammered back. And it was one of these classic turkey hunts where this turkey starts gobbling 200 yards. The next time he gobbles, he's a little bit closer. The next time he gobbles, he's a little bit closer. The next time he gobbles, and man, it's just great, right, when that happens, because you know they're coming in. I set up, had a great big tree around me, and had some brush on the side, kind of behind me, and I was really good camoed in, facing that. I knew the turkey didn't see me because I was really, really concealed good. And this turkey comes in. About 45 minutes later, I see him about 50 yards right on down the hill, pops his big old white head up, and he's just 50 yards, okay? And that's just a little bit too far that I don't like to shoot that far. I know some of you guys are all into 40, 50, 60 yard shots. Well, I'm not, and that's just me. I like to get them up there 40 yards or under, or really 30 yards and under is where I like them. And I just didn't want to shoot that far. Well, I really thought this turkey would come on in because of the way he came in. He just come in really good, and I just really, really thought that I'd get him on up there pretty close. But he got about 50 yards, come out that logging road, and here's what he did. He just walking around, and he got real nervous. Now, I know he didn't see me, right? And I'm just sitting there watching. He gets real nervous. He's poking that head up, and he's looking, and he's doing that. He's walking back and forth. Finally, he goes over the hill. I'm expecting him to come up, like this. Well, guess what? He went under the hill, and the next time I heard him, he was halfway around the hill gobbling. and I'm sitting there all frustrated and going, well, what the heck? I'm sitting there, well, what was that about? And then it hit me. It hit me why that turkey did that. And you're going to have this turkey in your life at some time or another. And here's why that turkey did that. That turkey is a subordinate turkey. Now, Monday, when I shot my gobbler Monday, I called in 3. That was a humongous dominant bird with that, with them 3, but he was just a little bit too far, and this one was up close, and I shot him, and because I was already getting nervous. And this one, I shot the one I shot him, but them other 2 was left, and they kind of went on around the hill. Didn't really spook them that much because they didn't really see me. Well, I guarantee you that this turkey yesterday was probably the other turkey and wasn't the dominant turkey. And this was a subordinate bird that probably that great big one that he was running around with wasn't, he wasn't with him. This one was by himself. So in other words, the big dominant one already had a hen and already ran that gobbler off probably a day or 2 ago, run him off and, give him a good spanking. And that gobbler got pushed off. Okay, now what happens? Well, that gobbler and subordinate turkeys are not allowed to come but so far. All right, and they know that because they don't want to get another whooping, right? And so they're nervous. They get up there and especially in an open wood situation like I had, he knows he should see that hen, right? He knows he should see that hen, and when he don't see her, he's afraid to come on any closer because he's afraid that big dominant bird is probably right up there and going to get in another scuffle. So he hangs back just a little bit, and then if he don't see that hen, kind of shies off, goes on around the hill and still gobbling. That's what this bird did. So that's a subordinate turkey, probably a 2-year-old turkey that would have been very easy to kill if I'd have just had a decoy. Now in a situation like that, a decoy would help. Guarantee you, if I'd have had a one little lone hen decoy out there, he would have probably felt a little bit more comfortable after he's not seeing another gobbler around, he would have been more comfortable coming on up to it. Now, that's a scenario where a decoy could help. No question, it could help. However, there are situations, more situations really, where a decoy can hurt you. And many of you have told me that, all right? So why do they shy away from decoys? Well, again, a lot of times when you have a gobbler decoy and or a jake decoy out with a hen or 4 or 5 decoys or 2 or 3, out in like a little flock, then the subordinate turkeys that don't come in, that kind of shy away, they just kind of hang back and they're not allowed to come. All right, so they see that gobbler decoy or they see that jake decoy and they just kind of shy away from it. So it's not really the decoy that scares them, like, they look back and say, oh, that's not an avian decoy, it don't look as real, or that's a featherflex decoy and it's cheap looking. No, it's not that at all. It is the fact that there are subordinate birds that just will not work to a decoy when they have a gobbler or a jake. Now a big dominant bird come in and probably would flog that, and probably want to get in a scuffle, whatever. But so if you're going to use a decoy, and let's say you're hunting a lot of 2-year-old turkeys, okay, let's say your flock's 2, 3-year-old turkeys, and you know that, probably a lone hen would work the best in situations like mine yesterday. No question, if I had a decoy out, turkey would probably come on up to me. But now, saying that, in a mature flock, if you're hunting a lot of mature birds, bad hatches like in Missouri or other places where there's probably some 3, 4, 5-year-old turkeys, probably a gobbler decoy might work, or a jake decoy might work better. But again, it's just depending on the scenario, and it depends on the birds you're hunting. All right, so it's really the roll of the dice of what you want to do when it comes to decoys. If you think you got to have a decoy, I think there are times when a single hen is going to work a lot better than, say, 2 or 3 decoys with a gobbler in the middle of it. All right, but if you're hunting mature turkeys, a lot of big gobblers, a lot of mature birds that's displaying, then you might get away with a gobbler or a jake decoy. Okay. Again, it just depends. So without me being there, a lot of you guys ask and say, well, I had this turkey do this, I had that turkey. Well, without me being there, it's just kind of hard to answer a direct question exactly. But just like yesterday, remember, if them turkeys are staying back and they're just not coming to the decoy, probably subordinate birds that's not allowed to come, and probably going to stay back away from the decoys 40 or 50 yards, 60 yards, and just kind of look. All right. So that's probably what happened to my turkey yesterday. Had I had a decoy, probably killed him. But I didn't, I didn't have one out, and really I didn't care, because look, I didn't get him up, so I feel like, he probably deserved to live. That's just me though. So it's all right. I'm not mad or upset. That's just turkey hunting, right? And that's just the way I grew up hunting. It's just turkey hunting, and you just got to just go with the flow, and that's all right. And he'll live for another day. However, again, if you feel like you got to have a decoy, this is the things you got to remember. These are the little things that's in the back of your head. If they do that, and a lot of these birds are just staying away and they go the other way, take the jake out, take the gobbler out, put you a lone hen up there, and a lot of times that'll pull him right on in. So again, that's just some little things that you might want to think about this turkey season if you're dealing with turkeys that's just not coming to your decoy set. Or you can just do what I do and just leave them at the house, or leave them in the vest, set up and call them in. Sometimes it works, sometimes they don't. It's a roll of the dice. So I hope that answers some questions about some of you that's had these shy turkeys this year, that's shied away from your decoys, or maybe just turkeys that's hanging back that won't come all the way in. Hope that helped you. Hey, join our Facebook if you haven't already. Just go up to the description, hit the link, come on over and join me all year long. God bless you. I hope you have a great season, and hope that all of your big turkey dreams come true. I'll see you in the next video.